Well, yesterday, the Opportunities Party founder, Gareth Morgan, told Morning Report that TOP will be back, but with a new leader to contest the next general election in 2020. In the meantime, the party continues to lose candidates and members. One of the deputy leaders, Geoff Simmons, has quit to go travelling, though Gareth Morgan says he could be a contender to replace him as leader. Jessica Hammond Doube stood for TOP in Ohariu and was the party's highest polling candidate. She resigned from TOP last night and joins us now. Good morning.
Kia ora, Guyon. How's it going?
It's going very well, thank you, and thanks for coming in. Why did you resign?
Oh, I mean, I've had concerns for quite a long time. There have been a lot of things that have happened in the party that haven't really aligned with my values, but Geoff's resignation was... Geoff was my last hope for getting some of the changes that so many people had been calling for within the party.
Okay, so it suggests that maybe his role hasn't been characterised in the way that you see it. We'll move on to that in a second. I just want to dig a little bit more into why you actually resigned. When you say things didn't align with your values, what do you mean? Give us some examples.
Well, a lot of those things did play out in public. Some examples, obviously lipstick on a pig. When people raised concerns with that, I mean, I was asked to resign. I was asked to resign 3 times during my time with TOP.
This is Gareth Morgan saying that Jacinda Ardern's ascension to the leader of the Labour Party was like putting lipstick on a pig, right?
That's right.
Yeah, and you were asked to resign because you were
we
upset
were
about that.
We were told that we were not, at the start of the campaign, before I was even announced, because we know the kinds of things Gareth is prone to say, we said, are we allowed to publicly disagree with the way he expresses himself? And we were told, yes, you have to agree with him on policy, but you're allowed to disagree with his tone or his own peculiar ways of expressing himself.
And so you did that?
So we did that, and I was invited to resign
by
2 board members. The other 2 board members, the third is Gareth. And then 2 days later, I got my list ranking, pretty much as close to the bottom as you could get. But I hung on after that because I think, I owed that to the volunteers and to the voters, and I held on in the hope that there could be some change. And I don't hold on to that hope any longer.
So I'm just trying to work out how you would characterise your position or how you were left, the position you were left in. You supported the policies and felt many of the ideas were good, but didn't like the way it was being conveyed. Is that fair? That's
fair. So there's 2 things. There was the communication style, and basically I don't think we could ever be successful by alienating people and showing tremendous disrespect to people. I don't think, it's an election. You have to sell to people's hearts as well as to their minds. But there was also the structure inside the party, and there were a lot of things that really did not sit well with me on that. And when people raised concerns, they would have their heads chopped off.
So what now? There was some talk from Gareth Morgan yesterday that Geoff Simmons was a potential candidate for leadership. Do you think that's being spun a bit, do you?
Well, I mean, Geoff has worded his resignation the way he wants to, word it, and I really respect that. But I guess I'd just say, in my job, and I think in your job, you don't need to resign to go on holiday. So, you can read into that what you like.
Yeah. So what do you think about this experiment, if you can call it that? I mean, it was $3 million or so spent on it. It wasn't a total failure, was it? With 60,000 odd votes, that's a lot of people who actually voted for TOP.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about it now, having resigned?
I feel really sad because I know I and a lot of people had great hopes for the party, and I really think there is a place for a party like TOP. And I would love for a party like TOP to succeed. I just think it needs changes, and what is being presented at the moment is not real change.
And in terms of Gareth Morgan's approach, how would you describe it?
I'll say one thing for Gareth. I'll say 2 things for Gareth. One is he has amazing vision, and I really respect that. And the other thing is that in a lot of ways he's very straightforward. He has been very honest all along that he is not going to change, And really, the problem is with the rest of us who have not believed him. Everyone has thought that they can change him. And he says he won't, and I think it's time for us to just believe him.
Thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Jessica Hammond Doube there. He stood for top in Ohariu. It was actually the party's highest polling candidate. Not with a high list ranking, though, from the sounds of what she was saying. 10 minutes to 8.
Former